Hey Leos, welcome to your October 2019 reading. This is actually take two because I lost the first one. So I'm going to reshoot this. I actually did not get a chance to get around to doing your reading for September, so my bad. So I'm starting with you guys first for October. Let's jump right in. Oh, before we begin, very quickly, if you'd like a personal reading, or if you'd like to send a donation, thank you. You can follow the links below. Also, for daily readings and for weekly readings, I've decided to do those in the weekly post, so you can find those in the community tab, or I believe it will show up on your feed. Any other thing that I do is going to be video, including monthlies. So let's jump right into the October reading. So, Leo, if this reading resonates with you, then you may find that this month is not going to be one for engaging in love. It's not designed to be a love month, so to speak. Instead, this video is actually saying that for the month of October 2019, you are going to be gearing up for some kind of spiritual service. So we can see that right here. And in fact, it's very interesting, and I love this, by the way. It's very interesting because there are 3 cards on the table here that relate to initiation. So it really, 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 really couldn't get any more clear than that. So let's take a closer look. So going into the month of October, what I'm seeing is that you are either already out of, or you will be exiting a very harrowing, very disappointing, very devastating, for lack of a better word, romantic connection. And I feel that this, even though it has been just horrific, I feel that it has resulted in an emptying out, so to speak, of just so much for you on an energetic level. This to me seems like an exhale of some sort, and I would say that it's pretty much akin to a woman who either miscarries or has an abortion. Afterward, the body has to physically push out the fetus and anything else that has grown. And so I feel that for you in the month of October, some of you, if not all of you, who this reading resonates with, you will be, releasing or going through the feelings of releasing some kind of missed opportunity. So I feel that this missed opportunity has to do with a relationship that didn't work out. But for you, I'm feeling that this is a matter of something that you thought you had, but when you found yourself, you realized that you never actually had it, right? And that could always be a devastating place to be. So what does that mean? Basically, it means that maybe you were putting a lot of effort into this connection. You thought you guys were together. You had signs, everything, this and that, and it just, you suddenly realized that this person was totally dogging you out, or this person never had intentions to move forward with you, and the realization is like, oh, well, I never actually had this connection. So I'm seeing that for some of you, this has to do with funds, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with a relationship. Maybe you thought, oh my God, I'd have the money for this project I'm doing, or I'd have this and that, and then you realize brutally, I feel like there's this brutal element that it's like, oh, this wasn't even the case. So that's what I'm getting. And for a select few of you, and I mean super select, I feel that this thing that you quote unquote missed out on, or that you thought you had, actually will come back around for you, but later, not now. And in fact, you're being instructed to not even think about that right now. And again, that's not for all of you, that's only for some of you. I don't want everyone to kind of get triggered and like say, oh my God, yes, I knew it, it's gonna happen. In fact, let's turn our attention away from this person or this quote-unquote missed opportunity, and let's focus on the spiritual service, because this is amazing. And in fact, I do all sorts of readings, but my specialty is working with people who are stepping into spiritual service. So if you feel like this is you and you're like, oh my God, I knew it, then definitely feel free to reach out to me. I have a type of reading called Stepping into Mastery, and it's specifically for people who are coming into divine service. But anyway, let's move on. I'm seeing here that there's initiation by fire right underneath this card. So I definitely feel that's a confirmation. Then there's an initiation by air as well, and then there's an initiation card here. So this is a huge month, and I just feel like it's really amazing. I don't even, yeah. Anyway, so let's take a look. For this month, Leo, or whoever this resonates with, you will be asked to disconnect from something in order to make room for this spiritual service that's coming in. Now, earlier what I was picking up is that this unplugging or this disconnection is going to be from family for some of you. Like, I feel like some family may be toxic or just maybe in the way. Maybe it's a matter of not having the permission from them to do what it is that you need, so it's a matter of distancing yourself to the point that you can go after what it is you need. I also feel that some of them may be blocking funding, just talking negatively. I also feel that for some of you, this could be unplugging from social media. It's just whatever it is, of course a relationship as well. Whatever it is, I just feel like there's going to be this removal of yourself from something, and that plays a role. But doing double duty in this card is this entrance of education that I see. You're going to be having a major form of education or training. Now, for some of you, it's going to be some kind of formal education or training, like maybe cooking. Maybe I saw tennis earlier. I see for some of you, this could be something related to time travel, or what was the word I heard earlier? Oh God, I hate losing videos, but I'm gonna get off of it. Not gonna think about it anymore. What was it? It was light aerodynamics. So having to do with light travel, some fancy words there. Rocket science is another one I heard for some of you. Some of you, obviously, it's going back to school for some kind of certification, or maybe engineering, I'm hearing. So whatever this is, you will be receiving some kind of new training. I'm seeing elementary school training. Oh, thank you. Also, Spirit, I've forgotten. Earlier, I also saw adult school. Adult school. I think that somebody is being encouraged to go back to school for something that relates to adult school. It could be your GRE. It could be something else, ESL, whatever it is. I feel that whatever this thing is, it's going to be useful for you when you get a job later that's related to that. So there's a lot of encouragement here. If you're watching this video, if I didn't call whatever your training is, I'm hearing beauty school here, then it doesn't mean it's not for you. I just literally can't list everything. But so just be mindful of that. You'll be coming into some new training, and this training could also be, if it's not formal education like that, it could also refer to training that you're going to be getting in everyday life for the sake of stepping into spiritual service. So that's going to mean having experiences with people that teach you lessons and whatnot. Okay, which could also happen during sleep as well. So I'm seeing here this emptying out. There's going to be an initiation by air. In this card, I saw a few things last time as well. I saw that for somebody here, this training is going to have to do with witchcraft, and for you will actually have a trainer. I feel that this person is going to be in the physical. You're going to meet somebody who's going to train you on this. You're going to have a guide. That's what I'm saying. And earlier your guide did come through, and I was really, really happy about that, because I like to know that when people are doing witchcraft or Wicca or whatnot, that they actually have a responsible party. Is there a responsible party here? So I'm seeing that. I'm seeing you opening up your spiritual gifts, they're saying. Thank you. Thank you. So, I forgot about that. Your spiritual gifts. So, the person who is going to be doing witchcraft is going to be, I think one of the things that you're going to find yourself doing is conjuring. So you can see that in her hand here, like conjuring. I'm seeing that you're going to be learning how to conjure, but not in a way that, you know, they're saying, okay, you're going to be conjuring, but in a way that releases the dark. So it's not a way that's going to be bringing in darkness and, you know, all that craziness. So you're going to have a very able-bodied guide. When I see this guide, she comes across as female to me. She reminds me of Anne Rice. And also a mix between Anne Rice with glasses and the headmistress from that really cheesy but kind of cool BBC-ish kind of show called the Worst Witch. It's a cute show. Anyway, the headmistress from there. But she seems really cool. She's gonna guide you and help you out with whatever it is that you're doing. That's for the person who's gonna be doing Wicca. So they're saying to look out for that. They're saying not to practice too much until you get a trainer. So you're gonna know who you are. I'm also seeing, for some of you, you're going to be doing a lot of astral projection. You're going to be learning, I think how to manipulate the time-space continuum. There's going to be a lot of spiritual work coming into for a lot of you, a lot of gifts. So the one who I was picking up doing the astral projection, remote viewing, you know, things like that, the image I get for you is that Harry Styles video. I'm forgetting the title of the song, but excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm yawning. And I can't even sing right now. It's so late. But it's a song. Just stop your crying. It's a sign of the times. Yes, that's the name of the song. Sign of the times. Yes. How he was flying over like different landscapes and whatnot. I'm seeing that here, right? So you're going to be doing like that. And I feel that travel is going to be very etheric. So yes, you can say it astrally. But you're going to be learning a lot of you, okay? So again, there's just a lot of training that's going to be happening for a lot of you. It's super exciting. I'm excited. I'm seeing here, it's really cool, but I'm seeing that in this card, this training that's going to be coming in for you guys is going to be so amazing. Look at her. It's like this energy is just so, this love she has, this passion is so strong. It's like it's pushing her hands away. And I'm seeing that it's going to be so strong that it's actually going to push out this pain and this wounding that I'm seeing from this relationship. So yeah, a lot of you, whatever this is, if it was a relationship or if it is that funding gone wrong or that creative project or whatever, this missed opportunities, whatever it is, you are going to be like, oh my God, I have never experienced love like this before, like how I'm experiencing this passion, this connection, this training, this education. This is, you know, it's going to be beyond words, so filling, so fulfilling, so emotionally. It's like having every part of you filled. You're to the point where you're going to be like, who is this? What was this? Whatever I thought this was, whatever I was so obsessed about and I couldn't stop thinking, it's child's play. It comes nowhere near to the amount of love and joy and fulfillment and wholeness. Like I've never felt so whole like I feel going through this training and connecting with this power. So Leo, in the month of October, or whoever, in whatever time you watch, you are going to be coming into ascension. This is your life's mission. See, it's even here. Look at it in the heart. It is so all-encompassing. It is so amazing. It feels so good. And the reason why is because that's what you were put on this earth to do. You thought it was about this other person. You thought it was about this whatever. I'm hearing the word car wash. I don't know if somebody was running a car wash or trying to open one or just whatever. This has nothing to do with any of that stuff, you know? Like, this is fulfillment on a whole new level. Record level, they're saying. For one of you in particular, at least one of you, I'm feeling that you are going to fall absolutely head over heels in love with somebody, with your trainer, your educator, your person who is going to be teaching you, your guide, whoever this is. It is going to be like something completely out of this world. Look at her face. I mean, I can't even come close to how good I was able to express this in that first video that I sent, and it's just ridiculous. But this person, I'm feeling this person is going to be a masculine energy, so male, female, but masculine. He's going to be, let's put it this way, he's going to be in a masculine body, okay? But his feeling is he's going to be, yes, the male energy, but he's going to be more sensitive. So he's coming across as very, very wise. I'm seeing him being thin. He has longer hair, shoulder length, straight. He looks like he could be wearing robes, but he actually may not in real life. But he has that sage kind of old school not old school, like he's just so wise. And yeah, I'm hearing yes, he is. And you guys just have a connection that goes beyond this earth, beyond this lifetime, beyond it's just so beyond, I can't even express it. And you are going to feel like coming home. It's like everything, just nothing else matters. Is, here you are completely connecting. This is for this person who falls in love with their trainer. Here you are, or coach, or whoever he is as he comes into your life. Here you are connecting with this amazing self, this body of work that you were born to do. And then you fall in love with this person and it's mutual. This person is very calm. You'll know this person. He's very calm. He just seems to be an old soul, just straight up. Just old soul, wise, very sensitive eyes. It's beautiful, and it just makes this connection and this learning just all the better. But whoever you are, all of you relating to this, you are going to be stepping into service, straight up. All right, so let's continue on here. What I'm seeing is right now, though, or at least in the beginning of October, you're definitely going to be feeling desolate, because as I was saying, I'm seeing this when I pulled this card out. I just felt the word desolate. But you're going to be exhaling. What you're dealing with is actually the exhaling part, just like a woman who is dealing with the the physical fetus and all of that after the miscarriage or after the abortion, right? It must come out in some way. So I'm seeing that, but what I'm seeing is that's going to be limitation. Those emotions will be limiting you. They are limiting emotions. But as we progress, as the month progresses, I feel that you're going to come into this place of having more faith. Look at her. It's like mirroring here. And part of you having this faith and having this amazingness is going to come from this amazing energy, information, training, whatever, that's going to be coming in for you. And right underneath, right above this amazing feeling that you go through is, look, the skill card. That's learning. You're going to be learning skills, but the skills and qualities that you're going to be picking up are just completely spiritual service related. It's amazing. Now I'm seeing here DNA as well, so some of you are going to be having DNA activation. Earlier DNA activation. Spirit just said to not worry about whatever I was just about to say, so I won't. Yay. DNA activation, you are really getting cleaned out, they're saying. You're really getting filled up. This relationship that you had here, that emptied you out. It completely emptied you out. I'm seeing the horrific, harrowing devastation, the desolation, just feeling so empty. And it's that sheer emptiness that allows, I'm going to do that again. It's that sheer, I'm not left-handed, so let's do our best. Sheer emptiness that allows for that coming in. Let's do it again with my right hand. It's that emptying out. Look at the figure 8 here. It's the emptying out that brings the ability to be filled. Okay? So that is, as empty as you've been, you are going to be filled. How can you fill something that is not empty? It's interesting because that brings me back to this card here. It's right underneath the faith card. This tells me that for some of you, the message is clear. The message is, and I think this, for those of you, this could be a twin situation or deep soulmate, whatever. They came in, they had to completely devastate you and empty you out so that you can be filled again with faith, and so that you can step into this skill, this spiritual service, you know. So it's very purposeful for some of you, and after that there will be this return of that person in some way. Now, that is not for everybody, okay? I kid you not. However, that's the guidance that I'm getting here. Now, from this place of filling up and with the education and the learning, I feel that you're going to move into these two cards. Look at this. It's refinement. Look at the mirroring. Hold on. Look at that mirroring. Isn't that crazy? Look at the moon above. Look at the body and the tree. That's amazing. What this tells me is this is alignment, because look, these 5D, this 5D knowledge, and I was so shocked because seeing that all three of these cards came out as the same color, green. It's cool. But anyway, at the top you've got these three, and here at the bottom you've got more of the 3D situation. This shows me alignment. You're going to be aligned with your higher self, which is absolutely amazing, absolutely mandatory for you to do this spiritual work. This is gorgeous. So I'm really, really happy for whoever this reading resonates with. It's just too great. So where should I go next? Ouch. Where should I go next? Let's go down here. So again, in the month of October, I feel that if you haven't already gone through this, you will. You will be coming out of this place of just sheer devastation. Here's the 10 of Swords. He's completely impaled. And it even seems like he's underwater. This suit of armor is underwater. And I feel that you're going to be coming out of that. And there's going to be a light at the end of this tunnel. And I feel that a lot of this pain has to do, once again, with this missed opportunity. I'm feeling it's for love for some of you, but for others it's creation related, something you were doing, like a project or something. But there's this missed opportunity, a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of devastation, some bitterness, you know, the whole 9 yards, the whole 10 yards, let's put it that way. And I feel that part of this a huge part of it has to do with this shocking result, the shocking realization that I thought I was working on something. I thought something was in the bag, and I realized it was not at all. How could I have been so blind? But I'm seeing here that there's going to be a beginning. Look, 0 card, new beginning. 0 card, new beginning. That's amazing. Look at this 10. It's an ending. I'm seeing here that, and of course initiation comes up 3 times in this reading. You're going to be moving forward with this new set of knowledge. I feel that you're going to be following that star that shoots across the sky, and you're going to head out for the sake of being electrified by it, electrocuted by it, impassioned. And that's what you're going for. So you're turning your back on whatever this is, and once you actually make that connection, I'm telling you, that connection with this spark of the divine, it's going to be amazing. You're not even going to be thinking about this missed opportunity, because you're going to realize that dear God was not the opportunity. This is the opportunity. That's what that is right there. And you're going to be like, holy moles. Think about, it's a rough analogy, but think about how you were mourning that girlfriend or that boyfriend that you lost, and then one day you wake up and you meet who becomes your husband or your wife, and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? This is it. How would if no, this is the one. Yes, kind of one of those things. So so I'm seeing here in this card, it's the Six of Cups, and I'm seeing, yeah, I feel this is reflecting on that journey that you had to go through here. Once again, for some of you, you met like your twin, some of you as a soulmate, it's just you were with somebody, or there was some form of happiness and connection with something or somebody that was great. But you know what happened? You had to end up saying goodbye through something, like you thought it was going to happen. This person probably left you. Just, for some of them, you had to go across seas. Just for some of a third party, something came up between you. Whatever it was, it broke that down. And I feel, again, that it had to be broken down. The purpose of that was to empty you out so this can come straight in for you. This is, listen, don't even get me started. You see that up there? That's why you're here. All this other stuff, I don't care who it was, means nothing. That's why you're here. And that's why everything is for you to get to that point. So you are right on track, 100%. So if you're going through the pain, you can surrender that right away, because that's not going to be for long. I'm seeing that there's going to be some fast moving energy. See all that? That's coming in hard. That's coming in hardcore. You have the eight of wands, and I'm seeing that. Look at this horse. He's being comforted because he's still mourning the loss of this thing. But look at where he is in this whole field of like sunflowers. You've got this angel or whatever here comforting, and you've got this bright sun. Look at that sun. The sun is about to like light this horse up. Flambe. Okay, but we don't need horses, God bless. But look at that. They're about to be completely illuminated. When you get that kind of illumination, there's no room for any of this. You're gonna have that, what was I thinking? That was not it. That opportunity, that trip that I was going to go on, that whatever, it was not it. And I have compassion for myself for believing it was it, because I had no sun in my life. But now that I have this sun, I see there is nothing but this sun. And then it's like, I'm the sun and I got to get to work, whatever that spiritual service is. Okay. For those of you who are thinking about changing jobs, I want to let you know that if you're trying to choose between jobs, choose the one that has to do with the spiritual service, especially if it's related to, or some kind of altruistic thing, especially if it's related to training or something that look for the signs, they're saying. All right. So, this 10 here, look at that, 10. This 10 is showing you packing up from this old life, this old petrified you. That's not the real you, okay? The real you would never, no. The real you is completely incompatible with that old lifestyle. That's the real you that's coming into being up here. And I always pray, God knows my heart. I'm just like, listen, if you gotta take it from me, then take it from me. But dear God, put something in its place as quickly as possible. That to me is mercy, okay? That to me is mercy. And so you can pray for that. All right, so let's continue. Let's take a quick look at some things that you need to surrender. And I wanted to use some surrender cards with you, Leo, because you've got so much coming in. You got to have stuff going out, So first of all, surrender obsessive thinking. Of course. Now, what does obsessive thinking mean here? It means I could have had, I should have done, I would have had if, this person was the one that got away. This opportunity was I'll never have this kind of, this whatever again. All of that, let it go. And we know what the obsessive thinking is. It's the thing that leads us to cry in the mornings and at night and during the day. It's the thing that wells up in our hearts throughout the day. It's the thing that stops us from sleeping. It's the thing that wakes us up early in the morning. It's the thing that occupies our mind anytime we're alone, that is obsessive thinking. It's the thing that brings us into alignment with things that we shouldn't be doing, like stalking people's pages, or like sacrificing our integrity, all sorts of things. That's obsessive thinking. I think it's related to this unhealthy relationship. For some of you, it was there before you got into this connection. And this connection could be the romance, but it could also be whatever partnership or whatever group or situation that it is that you thought that you thought was in the bag and ended up being a missed opportunity. Okay, but we all know that it was not a missed opportunity. It was designed to empty you out so that you can bring in spiritual service. Right? That was Spirit speaking through me for that one. That last sentence, last two sentences. Anyway, so we're gonna let that go. And they're saying to surrender to miracles. So whatever it is that you think you can't have, ooh, this is some wax on here. Whatever it is you think you can't have or think is impossible, or, you know, I think that that's not the case. I think that there is going to be some big, huge miracle in your life that's miraculous. Okay, this right here, like, I can't, like, as I'm on the board, like, certain cards have higher vibrations than others. These are clearly lower vibration. This is high. That's extremely high. You know what I mean? This is moderately high, but, you know, the sadness that's in the card as well. This is high. These two are high. It's just high. This is very low. This is high because it's showing us the limitation, right? This is making its way up high. So when I say that is off the charts, if the chart goes from 1 to 10 as far as high vibe, that's like 11. That's off the charts, that high. So if this reading resonates with you, like, just trust me, this right here would be a 0. It's just that low. Okay, for some of you it would be a 4. All right, so this surrender to miracles, that's pretty high as well. It's about an 8. Okay, that's pretty high. So I just want you to know that this is stuff, this is beauty coming in, they're saying. So surrender to miracles and know that it is going to happen. Take a look here. So I just felt like somebody's concerned about whether they'll get into university or a grad program or something. I felt yes, because as I said, it is going to happen. That I think was for you as well. So they're saying to surrender to spirit. They're showing me to have you walk, just walk straight into that light. It's funny that this card here comes right before this, unplugging. When you walk into this light, you're like, there's the curiosity, like, okay, well, stuff sucks over here right now, so to speak, right? And so I might as well check out that light. As you go further, you will be releasing whatever this thing is. Follow that with the surrender resentments. Sometimes it's hard to say goodbye to things or people, or to put things down or to let them go, because there's this sense of resentment, like in the case of a third party, it's like, oh my God, I wasn't selected, I wasn't chosen. On some level, you may not connect with it, but it's like, how dare you not choose me? And I resent you for that, right? Could also be resenting yourself for allowing yourself. That's what Spirit is saying. They're saying that's what it is. That's what it really is. Resenting yourself for allowing yourself to be in that position in the first place, for allowing yourself to keep going forward with it, even though you knew there were red flags, and also resentment for knowing that you were being warned and you didn't listen, So that's never an easy place to be. I get that. That's where I'm at right now, so I get that completely. And they're asking you to surrender low self-esteem. So, whatever this situation is, whether it was a lost relationship, a lost opportunity for a business, a creativity, there's a sense of low self-esteem that comes with that. Like, there's on some level of this, well, if I were good enough, I would have had insert here. You know what I mean? And I just feel like I completely empathize with that. But as also the reader, I also see that this is for the sake of emptying you out. And yes, I know some of you are like, well, I'm so empty now, I don't even have any self-esteem left. But I really feel that that's going to be at an end soon when this comes in. When this comes in, this is coming in, it's going to fill you like you've never been felt before. Now, let's take a look at this card. You know, I don't know why I pulled this card, but, well, first of all, it's the vision card. It's all about, so I mean, on some level, yes, hold the vision, right? Okay, I'm seeing that. So I think that whatever this is that you, thank you, Spirit, whatever this is, this spiritual service that you're going to be stepping into, this mastery that you're stepping into is, I kid you not, God's gift to the world. God's gift to the world is connecting and coming to the earth through you. Whatever field this is, whether it's tennis, cooking, body work, whatever it is, it's coming through you. Notice this urban landscape, but look, randomly, there's this Buddhic figure in the middle. You know what? That's God putting you in a place so that you can administer. That's what you're doing. You're administering. Have you ever had to deal with bill collectors or just anything of that sort, IRS, whatever? Sometimes it can be very harrowing. You can feel like a criminal, you know, the way they treat you, and you often hope, or loan offices, if you go to apply for a loan, you often hope that you'll get a nice person. You know what? There are nice people working in every single place on earth. Even, you know, I know you're like, but what about those drug cartels? There is at least one person who has some form of something in there that God is able to work with. Like, you know, sometimes you're like, think you're gonna call this company and get completely reamed and chewed out, and then you get the nicest person, and they take care of you and they settle the account quickly. You know, they're like, have a nice day, or like, oh, I hope you have fun in Japan or wherever you're going, or, you know, that's because God is working through them. They don't realize that. That's why they're in that job, to bring light, to allow for the fingers of God to be everywhere. This is what I see in this card. You are going to be planted somewhere in the earth, on the earth. And you're probably already there. Some of you, speaking of that, I see some of you are going to probably going to have to move. I'm seeing that there. Some of you may have to move in with somebody else for whatever reason. Could be family, could be whatever. I feel like this person, for those of you who are going to have to move and then move in with someone else for whatever reason, if it's a woman, I feel that this person has your best interests at heart. I think this is a person, and she signifies all of the people that you guys have contracted with to help you in this time of your life. When I say contracted with, I mean on the other side. There are other people put in place to help you with this. This is not a one-man show. And if it means that you have to change jobs, or you have to move out of this place you shared with this other person, or whatever, or you're down on your luck and you need to shack up with this other person, I'm seeing that this is a place for you. I'm seeing the two here. Whoopsies. So, yeah, so take it as it is. And I'm seeing journey. You're definitely making a spiritual journey. This is a one-way. This is a one-way ticket. Just as I said, I'm seeing 10. 10 is completion. So you are, you know, all aboard, one-way express to that new life. This is change. There's going to be a lot of change. For some of you, again, it's change in location. For some of you, it's change in job. Well, maybe for most of you, because if it's spiritual service, right? And this other card that I'm seeing here, it says quickening. I'm going to read it to you, but first, before I do that, I want to let you know intuitively what I'm getting. Quickening, you know, they say the quickening is that feeling a mother gets when the soul of the baby has entered into her abdomen, or her, you know, into the fetus, so to speak. And it's like a fluttering, and you feel it, and it's like, you know, it's an awareness, like, oh, I'm not alone. Cute, right? You're giving birth to something, and it's like, this is the moment of quickening. Look at this. We even see the quickening here. This is that moment when this energy starts to come in and starts to fill you up in places you didn't even know were empty. And, you know, and that's what I'm seeing here. Thank you, Spirit. But I'm also seeing, yeah, okay, it just has a very extraterrestrial feeling. So, yeah, there's always, you know, our lovely ETs watching. Those of you who know, you know who you are. You know, I'm just see that here. I'm seeing this here. Some of you will be working with ET technology, ET tech. And I say ET, I don't even want to use the word aliens, dear God. You know, like, because I don't want to feed into the way that governments and just a lot of other people have chosen, institutions have chosen to, it's funny, I said the word universities came to mind, the way that these institutions have chosen to speak of those who would not identify with human, whether they look human or they're in a human, you know, shell or whatnot. But anyway, we're all here, you know, we're all here on our spiritual journeys, and I'm seeing that reflected here. So anyway, but I don't usually like to read from cards, but I'll read it for you because I just feel guided to. So this card, The Quickening, says, you can never really teach a warrior about the unknown with words. You must use experience. Okay? So you're going to be learning through experience. But if you look into the eyes of a woman of power, you may catch up with her a little bit. She has years of truth ahead of you. However, her eyes can quicken you like a river heading toward the rapids. That tells me here, you guys, that you are going to come into contact with some kind of trainer or education. And it's funny I said universities. Also, you know, there's going to be someone that you might meet that is going to bring you up to speed, that just being in their presence elevates you. And I do feel that you are going to become that person as well. Spirit is saying that's it. Yeah, I love when they say that's it. That means I'm on to something. You are going to be a warrior. Oh, they said that. Oh. They're saying some of you are going to be warriors. Maybe all of you warriors of the light if you want. But you're going to become that person who elevates people, who transforms people, who transmutes energy fields, who transcends time and space. What does it mean to transcend time and space? You will know those people. When you, I got a very African vibe there. It's felt very African. I want to say Nigerian, but you know what? I don't want to be so limiting. It could be anything. Then I also thought of Nelson Mandela in that moment as well. When you meet certain people and you stand in their presence, all else, like they have their own time. They have their own time, space, continuum, so to speak. When you step into their field, into their presence, the Dalai Lama is another one. All other stuff, if you are at a place where you can spiritually recognize that, if you're evolved enough, and I say that in a non-judgmental way, it just is. If you're evolved enough spiritually to have an eye for that, you will recognize that you have stepped into greatness. You have stepped into another field altogether. You're being held in that field. That person completely shuts out the other world because their field is so strong. It's too strong. When you're in this person's presence, you can probably not look them in the eye because it's just too much. If you do, you have to look away. It's just too much. And I feel that those are master teachers. Listen, when you are starting out in school, they don't put you with a master teacher. They put you with a first grade teacher. And, you know, second grade teachers who are very important, okay? Because they create the foundation upon which all further knowledge can be learned. But it's only when you are of a certain knowledge that you can step into quote-unquote mastery, step into the spirit, step into service, step into the field of somebody else who is in mastery, right? And, of course, to be a master yourself. And I feel like I need to keep pushing this because it's I want to communicate this to you. When you are in that person's field, and when you are that person, you are no longer in the world. How can I say that? You are no longer of the world, so to speak. You're in the world, but you're not of this world. You're in it. You're holding space in this physical geography, but your field is not this world. It's allowing enough for people who are ready to step into it, but that's why you see a lot of masters. They're hermits. They're on their own, and they're students. They say the teacher appears, but it's the student who's ready. Their students find them. And you, as the teacher, because you're going to be a master, once you are done your stepping into mastery, so to speak, you will be a master. And look at this. Yeah, okay, that makes sense now. Look at this person in the front. That's mastery. And look at these people following, right? So you're going to be like a catcher of men, so to speak. You are going to be fisher of men. What's the saying? You're going to be helping people, and they're going to be coming to you. And once they step into your field, all else ceases to be. You think you can go around the Dalai Lama and BS about what you saw on Twitter earlier? It doesn't work that way. Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. It's not important. And so I feel that this is what you're going towards. So anyway, let me finish reading this. It says, open yourself with love, not with understanding. You cannot love with your mind. Oh, okay, let me point something else out. When you meet your teacher, whoever this is, that's going to catch you up, who's going to envelop you and upgrade you with their very presence, they don't have to say a word to you. In fact, they might be there teaching you tennis, but what they're really teaching you on an energetic level has nothing to do with that, right? For example, and so that's why they say they teach with experience. That's how a master brings himself or herself down to the level of the disciple. They try to teach you, they try to elevate you in the best way. They create this language for you. Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid, how did he, as a master, teach our boy Daniel wax on, wax off? Daniel's like, what? What are you talking about? What am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? Give me the secret to it. Daniel wasn't in a space to receive, to acknowledge, to recognize. That's the word. He wasn't in a space of maturity spiritually to recognize the master before him. Thank you, Spirit. And I think that when it came into full bloom for him and he was able to apply that wax on, wax off later, he realized, oh my God, I was learning. And so a good master knows that he cannot teach by words, he teaches by experience. And he, not to say dummies it down, but he creates the conditions through which those who are not as spiritually attuned can reach. And I feel that you will be stepping into mastery, and eventually you will become the master, and you in turn will do that for other people. Thanks, Spirit, for helping me explain that. Now, I also wanted to say some of these masters will be working with their eyes. Have you ever noticed that some people have power in their eyes? When they look at you, it's like it's transfixing. You have to look away. It's too deep. They see right through you. They see into you. Some of, these masters will have that ability, and they're going to what they're doing is attuning your energy field when they do that. Thank you, Spirit. They're attuning your energy. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. They're also, I'm like, why did I move this card here, connecting this? They're also saying that once you connect with this spiritual teacher, these last feelings of bitterness and these last vestiges of unresolved energy and pain will be attuned out. It's too high of a vibration that you will be working with this other person. They'll look at you and it flies out. And it's on our 3D level, it could be as simple as, when I'm working with you, I need you to stay focused. I don't need you getting sidetracked with anything else. Can you do that? Like, that could be as simple as if they were to verbalize it. But they don't need to verbalize it. When they look at you, you snap to attention. You're not thinking about anything else because it's rude, number one, and they'll call you on it. They're strong. That's the kind of spiritual teacher that's stepping into your life. Okay, before I also forget, I also want to say again, if this resonates with you and you would like a reading, I do have my main reading is called Stepping into Mastery, and it's totally designed for people who are about to step into mastery. However, always remember, you don't ever need another teacher and a psychic, so to speak, although we are pretty good for helping you to see around the corner, so to speak. Okay? And if I say so to speak one more time, I'm just not gonna just say that. Anyway, let's continue. All right, so I'll repeat that. Open yourself with love, not with understanding. You cannot love with your mind, and we all know, as A Course in Miracles teaches us, only love is real. When you try to go through the mind, what are we doing, right? You can't understand the teachings of this master with your mind. You have to just listen with your heart. Oh, just as I said that, listen from your heart. If a camel is walking down a path and another camel passes him, the first camel will go faster to keep up. This is how power works. Don't learn everything with your mind. Quicken your spirit by letting go of attachments and move to a stronger vibration of power. Who is that stronger vibration of power? It is your spiritual teacher who is going to come in to guide you. Earlier I wanted to say this, and I'm glad I remembered to say it now. The Spirit mentioned while I was talking that we have to learn, we come to recognize our spiritual teachers. But you know what? Even when you recognize your spiritual teacher, there's one spiritual highest teacher of all that you still have not recognized yet, and it is this next step after that, and that is the self. So when we walk through every day and we look at ourselves in the mirror, we don't see ourselves. It's impossible. C'est impossible, as we say in French, right? We, not me, because I don't speak French, but you get the point, right? We cannot see ourselves. It's only when we reach a state of enlightenment that we are able to see ourselves. See ourselves. So look for, so it's important to know that even, that's why, I guess, in many ways, even the master who in all his or her glory, to us we're like, oh, he's found this, he's found everything. In fact, he's still on his own journey, and his own journey is to find the self. And guess what? When he finds his self, that's true enlightenment. And what do? They leave the world as Buddha, right? That's what Buddha did. That is a Buddha. A Buddha is somebody who has found enlightenment. And what has he found? He's found his true self. He's found enlightenment, and they leave the world. But, you know, the bodhisattvas are the ones who are Buddhic in nature. Like, they go through the same process, but they end up staying behind, quote unquote, to help others. So would you be considered a modern day bodhisattva if you're here? I don't know. You know, God bless. And it's not that important, but the point is that we are always learning, and let's just at least try to elevate ourselves. So let go of this attachment to your pain so that you can step into that right there. That's crazy high vibe. So, and as you do that, you will meet people along the way to elevate you. Some of you may have multiple teachers, right? And that's beautiful. A teacher can be a book. There's just the right time, in just the right chapter. Of course, for one of you, like as I said, you're going to fall in love, and amen, with this other half of yourself, your counterpart, I want to say twin, but I feel like there's this feeling of twin flames on YouTube where it's just like the most disastrous of relationships. This is not going to be that. This is going to be full-on union for you two, and it's going to be beautiful. It's, coming into service, union, and coming into spiritual service. So none of this running and chasing, and like, I'm just not getting that. But I feel a very, 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 very times 10 to the 32nd power, very deep knowing when you meet this person, for whoever you are that you're going to meet, your twin, who is going to be your teacher. He's literally going to be your teacher. Like you get connected because maybe you pay him to teach you something, whatever it is. And this love, this awareness, this comes in, and it's just like, I don't even know. I can't. It's too beautiful. It makes my heart feel filled. Yeah, so. In fact, I encourage all of you, Spirit is saying now, I encourage all of you to meditate on that feeling of being filled, even if you have to use that idea of, what if it's me who meets my teacher and he turns out to be a twin, or she turns out to be a twin. I feel it's a male body, but how filling would that be? They're saying to meditate on feeling filled, because we need you, they're saying, to move from this emptiness and this emptying of this last bit of attachment, so that you can bring in the feeling filled. And what brings in the feeling even faster is becoming a vibrational match. So after this video, I would encourage you to meditate on that. How would that feel to be so filled that you no longer miss anybody, you don't have a desire for anything, and on top of that, you're actually filled, you're glowing, there's energy coming out of your head, and you feel that energy coming out of your head. It's lovely. So maybe tonight, guys, or whenever you take your nap, or rest, I suggest that you ask Spirit to give you that feeling, help you to feel that feeling, because they just might give you a taste of that, so that you can then have an experiential feeling. For somebody here, at least one person, I feel this is going to come through sexually for you. You're going to they're going to give you this feeling. I know it sounds weird, like you're like, wait, what? My angels and guides give me this feeling through sex? But yes, it is. Sex is energy, they're saying. It's the movement of energy in the fastest way possible, the most, creative. It's just amazing. They're going to give you that rush of feeling as you climax, and even before, like as you're doing it. Doing it. That sounds so. I meant to say, let me change. Doing the deed. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Okay. I'm just feeling. And they're saying you would know this feeling because you're like, woo. After you're like, I must be pregnant because it was that good, whether or not you are. Sorry. Anyway, that's what's going on for you, Leo. So I'm going to also archive this in my playlist that I have for people who are stepping into mastery, because I just attract those people. That is my main specialty. Spirit has me awaken people and talk to people who are eventually will awaken. And so I decided, like, sometimes as I'm doing these videos, like a video like this comes through about, which just includes some kind of information about a spiritual project or process, and then I have to put it into that playlist because it's instructional. It then becomes instructional. And so maybe while you're there, if you feel like you want to gravitate towards any of the other videos, there aren't many in there at this time, but feel free to do so. And of course, if you still have questions, you can reach out to me for a reading. And yeah, I'm excited. This is exciting. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna end here, Leo. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the guides and angels who are gathered here. There are a lot, guys. There are a lot. It's so high vibe because there are people watching, so their guides and stuff are here too. All right. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you, and I love you. Love you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed you last month and all the other months. Okay. Bye. Thank you.